Welcome back to HB Unfiltered Sports Talk. I'm joined by the Stiff Brownie, the Intern, and the Dirtbag. Today's show is brought to you by J3 Supply Group for your hose and fitting specialist. Please also go to our website, hbunfilteredsportstalk.com, and please go to YouTube and hit like and subscribe. Help us elevate this. It's free. It's going to help build our little brand here that we're trying to get going. We got a lot of great things coming in 2024. We'll talk more about that. Exactly what's going to be happening on the show, bringing guests on, having people call in. We're going to start doing also satellite locations coming forward. So it's going to be awesome. So hopefully you're going to be able to follow along with us.
And the YouTube channel is where we really dive into the gambling stuff too, so that people can make some money off of us.
Yeah, and just go opposite of what I say, and you're going to win a lot of money. All right.
We've been so hot the last 4 weeks, dude.
Yeah.
Don't count yourself out.
All right, we're gonna shift it over to the intern and find out what's happened in the last couple weeks in sports history.
Yes, so the last couple weeks in sports history, 1962, Glenn Hall set the NHL record of 503 consecutive games as a goalie. 1963, Detroit Red Wing Gordie Howe surpasses Maurice Richard as leading NHL all-time goal scorer with 545 career goals. 1982, Sugar Ray Leonard retires for the first time. 1982, South Korean boxer Duk-Koo Kim dies from injuries sustained during a 14-round beating by Ray Mancini in Vegas. And in response, WBC shortens title bouts to 12 rounds. WBA and WBO follow in 1988 and the IBF in 89. 1988, Jose Canseco is the first ununanimous AL MVP since Reggie Jackson. 1991, Magic Johnson announces he has HIV virus and retires from the Lakers. 2003, 16-year-old Lionel Messi makes his official debut for FC Barcelona when he comes on as a substitute in a friendly against Porto. And in 2013, German Red Bull driver Sebastian Vettel wins record 8th consecutive Formula One race with victory in the United States Grand Prix at the Circuit of the Americas.
Wow.
It's a lot of stuff.
You know, some of those strike a chord where I know exactly where I was on certain things. Like I remember watching that fight when Boom Boom Mancini literally killed that dude in the ring with boxing gloves.
I mean,
it's
crazy.
not like UFC, where you're taking shots to the head with a kick or whatever. We're talking about gloves.
Padded gloves.
Padded gloves. Incredible. I remember that, and then the other one that really struck a chord with me. I was at Long Beach State. I was at the Nugget, the little local pub on campus.
I know that place well.
when Magic Johnson got up there and announced, and I'm telling you, I was literally in tears when he said he had to retire because he got the HIV virus. I was just like, wow, that sucks.
Have you watched that show that they have? I think it's called Showtime, isn't it? And it's basically the Lakers of the 80s and early 90s.
Well, I think it's called Winning Times because it was on HBO, and you really can't call it Showtime.
Whatever, yeah.
I think there was some legal ramifications with that. So yeah, it's called Winning Times, but it is awesome.
And he's always around women.
Yeah.
I
can't believe Cookie still stayed with them.
I know.
Some people can't even like an Instagram picture and they get in trouble.
Oh.
Ouch.
All right, on to Ohtani.
Okay, Ohtani. So Ohtani, this guy. I need to understand what's going on here. I thought I heard through the grapevine that there might be a backdoor handshake deal for Ohtani, and this would make sense if they did this. It's supposed to be a 2-year. $90 million with a player option, so Ohtani can opt out after 2024. If, let's say, he stays with the Angels and he doesn't like where it's going once again, another failed year, and he rehabs his arm while he's with the Angels, and he gets back to being healthy, and then he tries to get his 10-year, $650 million, because it's always going to be more money The longer you keep pushing it out, the more money it's going to be as these contracts rise.
Correct.
So,
And I assume he got his surgery in Newport. So
yeah. So I could totally see this. This would be actually a good position for both the Angels and Ohtani. I mean, I still think somebody's going to come out there and throw a ridiculous offer at him, knowing that he will be able to pitch again because he's still young.
sure.
But somebody needs to explain, because we just saw it. We're watching some of the news, sporting news come across. Ohtani was just offered a qualifying offer of $20 million, $20.3 million 1 year, and obviously he rejects it. But I just don't understand.
Why even make the offer?
Why is it so low? I mean, I know it's like the minimum qualifying offer, but why aren't you just offering them what you can like now?
I think the intern knows the answer.
Well, I need somebody to help me with this. Can somebody please explain what the qualifying offer is and why?
So by making a qualifying offer, it's calculated as the average of the top 125 contracts by average annual value. That's why they all got the same amount. I think there were 7 of them. A team would then receive an additional selection in next July's amateur draft if a player signs elsewhere before then. A team signing the player could lose 1 or 2 draft picks. And this qualifying offer stuff began in the 2012 season, and only 10 of 131 offers since have been accepted.
Okay, so basically it's just a formality. I'd still take it as a slap to the face, though.
Yeah, I'm taking it as a slap in the face if I'm Ohtani, that kind of money. But I guess I get it. Like, all right, so the Angels will at least get a draft pick for him if he signs elsewhere. So at least they get 1 pick for Ohtani if he bounces and goes somewhere else.
Yeah.
I think Bellinger did the same thing with the Cubs.
Sure.
See, now he's like, okay, so I know his contract. He signed a 1-year, $17.5 million deal, but it was actually with a 2nd-year option. He would have made $25 million if he opted in and to stay with the Cubs. So he turns that down, and then now they come back with the 20.3 offer. And
Yeah,
of course, if he's going to turn down 25, he's not going to accept 20.
Yeah.
So this whole formality thing of just offering, it's just to get the draft pick, obviously.
Correct.
Just like a small little insurance in case he bounces.
It makes sense though what the Angels could possibly offer him and why he would do it too, because he'll get the $650 million 10-year deal that he thinks he's going to get had he not gotten hurt.
Right.
You know, so
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, it makes a lot of sense, but I still think there's going to be a ton of teams.
I just heard the Braves are in the sweepstakes this morning, and you know the Giants are there, and you know Seattle's going to be there, and
Dodgers,
Yep.
Giants, yep. Basically everybody on the West Coast, because they know he wants to stay on the West Coast. The only ones that there's no way they have any more money is the Padres.
Well, they were talking about trading Soto. That's rumored to be out there.
Okay, I would. I don't particularly care for Soto. I think he's overrated, man.
I agree with you.
I think he'll get you 40 home runs. He's not going to hit no 60, and he's not hitting no 320 average. He's going to be like 220, 240.
Correct.
And he's an average outfielder.
Correct.
He makes errors. Like I don't get it. I wouldn't trade for that guy.
I don't think he's a good clubhouse guy either. So
Remember, that guy turned down 10 or 12-year, $425 million was offered. Basically, that's right there with what Trout gets from the Angels, and he said no to it.
because he thinks he's amazing and he's really not.
That is just it's just mind-boggling. I mean, it's a different sport. It reminded me of when Dennis Schrader, the guard, was offered a max contract of $95 million to stay with the Lakers after they won that bubble championship, and his agent goes, "No, my guy's worth $100 million." Really? It's only $5 million more, and you're going to hold out and try to? Well, what happened? Nobody came calling. He got a 1-year, $6 million deal with the Celtics.
That's amazing.
And then he fired his agent,
Of
obviously,
course, of
because he
course.
should have just signed it. He should have trumped what his agent said no to.
Yeah.
And I would have fired him there and said, "Hey, I'll sign for $95 million." I don't get it. I don't get these players that turn down these monster contracts. Like, you better you might want to rethink this.
I can't wait to see what happens with the Yamamoto guy.
Oh, that guy's a stud.
He obviously, we saw him in the World Baseball Classic and the Olympics, and he's oh my God, he's so good.
Yeah, every
25
team,
years old.
every team's going to be after
Yeah.
him. You know, that's the exact kind of player that Artie Moreno should be going after. He needs a pitcher like that. You know.
Yep. Then he can give a 10-year contract, max it out, because that's what they want. They want
Yep.
security.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with you.
But he's not going to end up there. He's going to end up with either the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Red Sox.
And the Angels are going to end up with like Lance Lynn,
Yeah, they're going to.
Giolito.
Oh, Giolito. Oh, God. Giolito. He was so awful, man. It was like batting practice. Lance Lynn, 4 homers in a row to the D-backs. That was just...
So funny.
Oh, my God. My local sports teams, they just... God, I tell you, just put you on suicide watch.
Well, let's mix it up. Let's
US
talk about the NFL. How about that? And then we'll go back to your USC guys.
No, NFL. Here we go with my Steelers. Okay, so you know how you say, like, when your team, like, I'm sure you've said this for years about your Chargers. Like, they'll start off the year 2-5, but they're literally in every game. They lose it at the very end because of a field goal, or they try to go for 2.
Or our coach just doesn't like winning.
Yeah, he
like
keeps
the
going
Chargers.
4th down when he's got the game in hand and gives it up. And you always say, you know, after the game, you're like, yeah, we lost and we're 2-5, but I'll tell you what, we're the best 2-5 team in the league. Everybody says that about their team.
You're only 3 losses away from not making the playoffs, coach. But whatever.
I'm a huge Steeler fan, and I'm telling you right now, we are the worst 6-3 team ever. How we are 6-3 and won 6 games with the last place offense. Pickett is not getting better. The offensive coordinator, he stinks. I think he's related to Grinch, the D coordinator at SC. He just calls just terrible plays. It'll be like 3rd and 3. What do you do on 3rd and 3? You run little 5-yard button hooks.
Yeah.
5-yard outs, 5-yard slants. You pick it up, an easy play. What does he do? He throws bombs. Cold weather, raining, windy.
Well,
I don't get it.
I've actually made quite a bit of money this season off your Steelers. The unders have been hitting like crazy, and so I don't know. I actually like the fact that you guys are 6-3 because that means that I won at least six units off the Steelers.
Well, hey, don't give up on them now. They might be 7-3 because they luck out. Deshaun Watson out for the year, so he's no longer quarterback in the Browns this week. So they get P.J. Walker, so maybe T.J. Watt can have a field day. Their defense is definitely keeping them in games.
Oh, for sure. Watt's amazing.
That is how they are 6-3, but you cannot just live on your defense. You have to be able to score.
Yep. I absolutely love Houston this week. They're getting, like I said, guys, we've gone over this 7-point teasers. Do 2 teams, round robin them. I like Houston +2. They're at home against Arizona. Murray's finally back. Murray doesn't want to play.
Yeah.
So I like that. Jacksonville's at Pick'em with the 7-point teaser at home against Tennessee. Tennessee's going the other direction, and it looks like they don't care.
Rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
It's going to take Levi some time to get better.
Yeah. I like Miami -6.5 after the 7-point teaser.
Right.
They're at home against the Las Vegas Convicts. There you go, Mr. Sloan.
Right.
I like, and I also like the 7-point teaser of the over in Dallas at Carolina. It's 35.5. I think Dallas themselves will score 20, put up 28 on Carolina. Can Carolina score 10 points? That's the only thing that I'm worried about on that game. And then I may or may not take it. San Francisco -4.5. That's a crooked number. I don't really like it, but they are at home and they are facing Tampa Bay. And with that defense, now, the way they looked last week, oh my God. Baker Mayfield is known to have to be scared and throw really bad passes when defenses are coming down on him. So I'll probably end up taking that. But those are the games that I like this week a lot.
Baker Mayfield, I just had this thought of him running around. It's like he's ding dong ditching, you know, like he's knocking on somebody's door and he's just running down the street.
He almost runs a little bit like Jack Sparrow in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Yeah.
He's like just
Well, that's
flailing
perfect.
around and then
The
he's like
Bucks.
trying to throw something.
The Buccaneers.
Oh,
hey,
gosh.
I want to know what you're surprised so far. What team, whether your surprised that they're bad or surprised that they're good? I got my team in my head.
I know who my team is.
Who is it?
The San Diego Chargers.
Oh man,
I'm surprised that coach still has a job.
he's going to get fired.
You score
Stanley's gonna get fired.
five on your last 5 possessions at home against Detroit, who's notoriously a bad team on the road.
Yes.
Okay, their defense isn't anything amazing. You score 5 times,
Yes.
touchdowns, and you still lose the game.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to be a defensive coordinator.
You know, you keep talking about like Detroit's defense, and they did give it up. I mean, they should have lost that game, but last year they started the season 1-6. They won 9. They went 9-1 in their last 10. The Lions did.
Yes.
Including that game where they went to Green Bay and beat Aaron Rodgers to keep them out of the playoffs, even though Seattle had already clinched, which knocked the Lions out. Dan Campbell turned it around last year, 9-1,
right.
and now they're 7-2. They are 17-3 in their last 20 games.
Have you noticed how
That's
hard?
how good Detroit's been.
Do you notice how hard they play for him?
Yes.
It's pretty amazing to watch.
He has that mentality, old school. We're going to hit you in the mouth, We're going to play hard-nosed football. And I like it. But I got to talk about my surprise by far. One win last year, the Houston Texans.
Oh yeah.
They went to Cincinnati and won, and this kid C.J. Stroud is balling.
Yep. I was on Houston.
I can't believe how well this kid's playing. He went to Rancho Cucamonga High School, went to Ohio State obviously a couple years. You have to think Carolina Panthers are like, what the hell? Did we just F this up? We traded up. We trade away our first pick next year, which will go to the Bears. The Bears are going to have the first pick and like the 3rd pick in the draft. So they're going to get like Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
And then trade Justin Fields. I mean, it's looking up for the Bears. But yeah, it's just I don't know. I'm pretty impressed with Houston. They're 5-4. They have a chance to make the playoffs, and especially in that division now. Jacksonville's, shit in the bed.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back and we'll go over college football.
Sounds good.
All right.